Alright, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic. That's known classics. This is episode number 2114, Doubleshot number 2008. You're probably curious, Nick, where's the other Bards review? Well, the reason why it's not coming tonight because it's getting late. So I figured though I have this ready to go, get this over with. So looks like basically it's still got 7 anime left. And I pray to God I can get it done before the next weekend so I'm not having to do double duty for episodes. I hope not. And the only reason why I was able to do any more today, well, one, because I was up part of the day, and two, my laptop decided to not work properly. So that was the reason for that. Alright, first that we have is Deadpool Epic Collection Volume 2 Mission Improbable. Now, this book does contain Wolverine number 88, this is actually from Volume 2, 88, X-Force 47-456, the first 9 issues of Deadpool Volume 1, -1, the Deadpool / Daredevil Deadpool Annual, and material for Wolverine Annual 95. Now, I should point out though that most of this book I have discussed before, thanks to reviewing the Deadpool by Joe Kelly collection. So, what am I discussing this trade? Why the 2 Wolverine books and 2 X-Force books. That's it. These are guest appearances by him. Yes. Now, these basically, first up, I'm going to discuss the writers. And the writers' issues are obviously Joe Kelly, Jeff Loeb, Chris Golan, Larry Hama. Artwork is Aaron Lapsey, man, nice guy. Ben Hara, Ampula, and McGinnis, man, M2. Bernard Chang, M. Kubert, Joe Kubert. Fabio Galugu, Kamalugu, Pete Woods, Shannon Dutton, and Joe Fang. Yeah, Wolverine 88, which, by the way, love this style cover, which I think this was a mid-90s style cover with the whole, like, because Marvel uses also, I saw this also for the X-Books. Mostly this was used for, if I remember correctly, was for the Age Apocalypse stuff. That's where they use this style cover from. So if you see this style cover for a Marvel book, it usually is because it was basically dealing with, basically it was mid-90s, basically around, by the way, this issue, Wolverine 88, that was released in December 1994, the Wolverine Annual 95, that was released in September 1995, as for the X-Force issues, well, they have extra from 46 and 47 here. Those released September and October 1995. X-Force 56 is from 1960. They also have excerpts from issue 71, 73, 76. That's almost like the backup material stuff. Mostly put in the case of this issue, you have Wolverine looking for Garrison Cade and runs the freaking Deadpool. Yeah, by the way, this issue is written by Larry Hama with art by, of course, Adam Kubert. It's Wolverine versus Deadpool in this issue. We also have basically a guy who's hanging out with Copycat. Well, actually, this is Garrison Kane. Yep, the second Weapon X. Yeah, he's with Copycat, who is Deadpool's first girlfriend in the comics, who was deceased and then she came back. Yep. So they fight each other over that, and you're probably thinking now we also have a brief guest appearance from. It looks like from all people, Cable. Yeah, that looks. I think that's actually no, it's Garrison Kane. I believe. Yeah, I think it's Garrison Kane. He's him yeah, it's Garrison Kane. Though with the silver hair, I thought was basically Cable. Yeah, and of course there's a massive fight scene here. It's a really good issue. Heck, there's even a moment here where Wolverine throws looks like a monitor at Copycat for some reason. And of course, things wrapped up at the end of the issue. And then we have the Wolverine 95. This is the now you're probably thinking Wolverine 95. Why is it called this? Well, technically, this is actually the first annual for Wolverine. You think it really? Now, I don't have any proof of this, but if you look at anything Marvel from 1990s, from the period of 1995 to 2001. Instead of having numbers on, they had the year that the thing came out. Now, I do not know why in the world Marvel did this for, but they did. But once 2001 wrapped up, they stopped doing annuals for about 5 years. Now, some of the series of Marvel Comics has brought back the annuals. Amazing Experiments still has annuals. Like when they was brought back in 2008, they still have occasionally have annuals released since. I think there's been about 5 or 6 annuals released since it was revived. X-Men's had about 6 or 7 for the main book. Avengers has had like 2 or 3. Some of the books have been in particular. Now you might think, is there any book who has not brought back any annuals of Marvel Comics? Who had published annuals in the past? You're thinking, what about Daredevil? Daredevil's had 1 annual per volume release, mostly anyways. Okay, what about Wolverine? Wolverine has had 2 more annuals released since then. Actually, like 3, and that was simply it. Yeah, so but Wolverine. This is, of course, the Crystal Golem and Ben Hara issue. And Wolverine sees Maverick. And this is just basically Deadpool just guest starring in this thing. Because these issues here are just guest appearances for him. With this other guy, and of course, still with Maverick. It's more Wolverine stuff, and then we move on to X-Force. We have Deadpool relaying one of his other girlfriends, Siren, the daughter of Banshee. Yep. Yeah, and this is basically issue 47 here. Well, first up, we have the setup for that from issue 46, and then we have this full issue here. We're just basically him interacting with Tessa, and of course for this one issue, and then we have a sneak preview of Deadpool #1, which doesn't come not just yet, because the next comic is X-Force 58, which is a Onslaught tie-in issue. Yep, that's simply put basically what it is. It's just another issue where just a normal X-Force issue has a Deadpool guest appearance. That's really all it is. And that's really all to talk about here, because I've talked about everything else in this book. Deadpool appearances in here are pretty good. Most part, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Alright, next up is another X-Men book. We have Nightcrawler. Yes. Now you're probably thinking, what is this one called? This is Nightcrawler Volume 2 Reborn. Collecting issues of Nightcrawler Volume 4, issue 7 to 12. Now you're probably thinking, 7 to 12. Was there a first volume for the release of the series? Yes. Yes, there was. I think it was released back in the 80s, I think it was. Yeah, basically his first few volumes were his limited series. His first volume... How much is that bogey in the window? That's funny. Yep. The first volume was a 4-issue miniseries released back in 1985. Yep, that was the very first volume for the series. From like September, I think it was like from August to about November of 1985. Actually, February 1986. Apparently, this book was released... Looks like it was released... first issue released in... Yeah, this is... Oh, yeah, it's just release date. But yeah, basically 1985. The next volume, which is Volume 2, was released until 2002. And this was also 4 issues as well. Yes, 4 issues. And you have Volume 3, which was sort of a very brief ongoing series. And it lasted for 12 issues. Yep, 12 issues. Now, if you're curious, though, who wrote this ongoing series? Someone by the name of Roberto Aguirre Secusto with Derek Robinson on the artwork. That's who wrote that. And this was the most recent volume to date released. This was the first one released in about 12 years. And this basically spun off from Amazing X-Men. Yep. Because Nightcrawler came back, Amazing X-Men, he got this brief solo book. Now, why am I reviewing the second volume instead of the first one? Because that's what I got in. Mostly put, this is what happens in these 6 issues. Second half of this run. And after this, Nightcrawler would be just relegated to be next books. He never got a solo book ever again. Well, not really per se. He did have a tie-in miniseries for Age of X-Men released in 2019. And I believe he is getting one for Sin Sinister. And that's been it for solo books for him. Issue 7. is a basically part of the Death of Wolverine aftermath stuff. It's just Nightcrawler dealing with the after effects of Death of Wolverine. That's all it is. And the rest of the book is simply Nightcrawler dealing with his adopted sister, who calls him Bess. Yeah, she appears in the remainder of this book. Yeah, that's the interesting thing about this book, is that Amanda Softon, who is Nightcrawler's, we have Bloody Bess, that's her name, and she's an old character Chuck Dixon, Chris Gummer created back in the back in 2000. Yeah, first appearance issue 394. For some reason, she appeared as a recurring character in this book. Yeah, it's like, okay, so apparently Claremont brought back this character for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's like she appeared for the remainder of this book as a recurring character. It's like after 2 appearances, he brought him back as a supporting character in this book up at the book's finale. And mostly puts a lot of like stuff to the Shadow King. And the cover for the trade, it's actually the cover for the final issue of the series. Yep. But that's all happens here. Basically, a lot of fun stuff happened here because this book was really good when it came out, and a lot of people were kind of surprised the book ended after only 12 issues. Now, could it be too low sales? Given how good the book was? No, I highly doubt that was the case. Yeah, 2014 is when it was released. You think, wait, 2014? Was this canceled because of Secret Wars? No, as far as I can tell, Secret Wars has not come out yet. If you're curious, though, when were these issues released? Well, these released from, let's see, from October. Actually, it may have been Secret Wars. Yeah, I think it may have been Secret Wars. That may be the reason the book ended. Now, you might be thinking, now, the final issue was released in March. Yes, March 2015. Now, you're probably thinking, 2015. Did the book have a little sticker in the final issue that there's always Secret Wars? Nope. But guess what's canceled months prior to that? Like, here's the other thing. You basically have Nightcrawler talking to his students playing a baseball game. Yeah. And of course, dealing with the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning because, yeah, this is their period of time I kind of like for the X-Men. Yeah, the whole Jean Grey School of Higher Learning. This was actually made its first appearance in Wolverine X-Men #1 by Jason and released in 2011. And this school existed. They also had these like orbiting towers. They got more students. This is basically the status quo for the X-Men up until Secret Wars. Yes, after Secret Wars, because of the Terrigen Mist stuff released in during Humanity, the Institute moved into Limbo, where it was there for about a year, and then moved back to the real world, moved and it was dumped in Central Park, where it was there for about 2 years, and then they got blown up. Now, currently, it's in ruins, and, well, can't do anything much anymore because basically the X-Men Krakatoa. I'm surprised because this is actually Xavier's house. The school is. And you would think Xavier would bother to move the thing to Krakatoa because it's his property. But nope, it's still in ruined Central Park from when it was last seen. I think in the pages of Wolverine. And I was thinking, but this book, just really good. I am going to get hopefully the first volume in really soon. So yeah, that's the episode of you, and that's it for videos tonight because I have no more time for videos tonight. So tomorrow, I currently don't have any Comic Corners planned, so hoping to get some anime done. Probably first thing for review tomorrow because I was hoping to get done December Hammer and say that didn't happen. So probably the first thing I'll probably do when I get a chance to get home will probably review for Samurai Harem. And then I'll move on to Boruto, which hopefully will also be a new chapter in manga because from what I saw on the app, there's a new chapter coming out tomorrow. So, yeah, 2 days in a row release, reviewing 2 straight chapters of Boruto. Yep. And hopefully I get a chance to do the rest of the anime because I've got 7 left. And even though, yes, I did view 2 today, but I have not finished the bar, so I guess I still have one more episode to catch up with. Yes, and I really hope that this can stop with it getting late and me running out of time to review this stuff. I hope someday this might stop, but who knows? Okay, next video. Bye.